Today, we're wrapping up all of our Sword and Shield investment talk by going over the first set to start it all, the Sword and Shield base set. We're going to look at the top 10 most valuable singles from the set. We're going to look at their price trends over the last year, their highs and lows, where they were 1 year ago, and what they're priced at today. And we're also going to take a look at 5 different sealed products. And we're going to look at the exact same set of data. So first, let's go ahead and look at those singles. Starting off with the 10th most valuable card to come out of Sword and Shield base set is the Morpeko VMAX Secret Rare or Rainbow Rare card. This is, the Secret Rare card of Morpeko VMAX. This is obviously, the rainbow patterned version, the rainbow holographic pattern version. Not a bad card. This would probably be one of the bigger pulls out of a booster box. Like if you were to open a booster box, this might be one of the better cards that you'd get out of it. The Sword and Shield era doesn't have trainer gallery cards, doesn't have alternate art cards, etc. So there's definitely not a lot, or I should say it like this, not as much to work with from this set, leading all the way up to Battle Styles, but definitely not some bad cards in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some values. We have July 10th, 1 year ago, $8.13. Then from there, goes up a bit, but does ultimately trend downwards, hitting its low November 6th, $6.01. Goes back up to above the $8 mark, but then drops down to around the $6 mark, April 22nd. Ultimately, it hits its high $8.49, just shy of the 50 cents on June 17th. And its current value, which it looks like it's stagnating at around, goes for $8.03. Then the 9th most valuable card to come out of the set is the Snorlax V Full Art card. So we have a Full Art card in the top 10. Snorlax was a pretty big part of the base set. I believe we're going to see him reoccur in upcoming places, so that's pretty cool. But we have Snorlax V Full Art. Let's go ahead and take a look at some values. 1 year ago, we have $8.38. From there, it stumbles around that $8 mark, but drops down to $6.94 on November 13th, which is its low. Goes back up, surpasses the $9 mark, and hits its high March 18th, $9.23. Goes back down a little bit, but it looks like it's going to stagnate at around $8.73. Then up next, we have the Quick Ball Secret Rare card, or Gold card. So this is a Gold Trainer card. Gold cards usually come either in the Pokemon versions or item versions, etc. So this one probably had a lot of playability. I don't think it's in the rotation anymore for competitive TCG, so I think it's just a collector's item. Let's go ahead and take a look at some values. 1 year ago, we had $11.65. Shortly thereafter, on July 31st, we hit a high of $12.23. From there, trends downwards. There's definitely quite a few ups and downs, like we reach $11 going towards 12, and then we go down to 10, and then up and down. Looks like its low is April 8th, $10.06, so still just above that $10 mark, and its current value goes for $10.63, where it looks like it's going to stagnate around. Then up next, we have the Zamazenta V Secret Rare or Gold card. I've always said it, I really love the look of the black and gold with these cards. You see the black corners. Those look fantastic. A lot of the times we have V-Star cards, gold V-Star cards, and they have the white corners, the white borders, and it doesn't look as slick to me as the black ones do. And then also, if there is no V or VMAX or V-Star attached to the end, I think it's just V and V-Star, there's nothing in the corners. It's just a gold border, which if you prefer that more, then all the power to you. But there's something really nice to me about this black corner, the black corners there. So let's look at some values. We have July 10th, $12.47. That's 1 year ago. Shortly thereafter, on July 31st, we hit a high $13.31. But then after that, November 20th, we hit its low $8.70. November 13th, $8.64. Goes back up a little bit, stagnates at around the $10 mark. Ultimately, though, rises up to $11.39, where it looks like it's going to stagnate at around today. Then the 6th most valuable card out of Sword and Shield base set is the Lapras VMAX Secret Rare or Rainbow Rare card. This is, obviously the rainbow patterned version of Lapras. If you saw the regular VMAX card, you would see same artwork, just different style and colors. So let's go ahead and look in some values. 1 year ago happens to be its high at $14.42. From there, it drops down, and actually not too long after, we do hit its low on October 9th, $9.86. goes back up a little bit, probably stays around the $11 mark, kind of teeters around there, goes back down below 11, getting towards the lower end of $10, and then it looks like its current value is $11.91, and it might be slowly going down from there. Then we enter into the top 5. So at number 5 we have the Zacian V. Before we looked at the Zamazenta V, now it's the Zacian V. Secret rare or gold rare card. Again, really nice looking card. Zacian I think has always been the more popular of the two dogs, so yeah, I think that's why it's also a little bit higher up. Again, the very slick black borders with the gold outline, really nice looking card to me. Let's look at some values. We have 1 year ago $17.26. From there drops down, goes down as far as September 11th, $14.04, but that is not quite its low. Rebounds again around the $15 mark. Ultimately trends downward though, and it's currently at its low of $12.57, and it looks like it might stagnate at around this level. Then the 4th most valuable card to come out of the Sword and Shield base set is the Marnie Secret Rare or Rainbow Rare card. So this is the first trainer card. Well, I guess technically we had the Pokeball / Quick Ball, but this is the first supporter, I guess, card to come out of the full art trainer section, and this one happens to be a Rainbow Rare or Secret Rare. Marnie is a pretty popular character within the franchise and definitely one of the more popular trainers to come out of the Sword and Shield era. So let's go ahead and look at some values. So we have July 17th, $20.74. That also happens to be its high. From there, it slowly trends downwards, but ultimately does kind of hit a bit of a dip. January 8th going down to $13.62, rises back up above 15 at one point, but then does drop back down to its low $11.88 on April 1st. From there it goes back up a little bit and stagnates just under $14 at the $13.91 mark. Then we go into the top 3. So the 3rd most valuable card coming out of base set for Sword and Shield is the Snorlax VMAX. This card actually looks really nice. I think the artist went too hard on this artwork here, because yeah, I mean, we don't really have many more VMAX cards that look like this. The closest thing I could compare it to is probably the Gengar VMAX, where there's something rather really unique going on. But yeah, other than that, this is as pretty unique as it gets for a VMAX card. So we have Snorlax VMAX here. Let's go ahead and look at some values. We have July 17th, $11.30 was where it was 1 year ago. It looks like its low is on October 16th at $9.55. Goes up a little bit to around the $13 mark, but drops down. It looks like its high though is May 13th, $18.04. Drops down a little bit, but its current value is $15.89, where it looks like it's going to stagnate around. Then the 2nd most valuable card to come out of Sword and Shield base set is the Marnie Full Art card. So before, this is the Rainbow, this is the Full Art card. I've always said it, you kind of get a little more detail and coloring with the Full Art cards. So on one level, I do understand why they would be a little more expensive than the Secret Rares. Obviously, these Secret Rares are harder to pull, I believe. But yeah, I mean, these regular Ultra Rares, while not as rare, technically, they don't have a higher rarity, they do have a little more color and detail in the artwork. So I do understand that they're a little more coveted. Let's look at some values. So we actually have a pretty big value on this one as of 1 year ago. July 10th, $80.83. Not bad. That also happens to be its high. But since then, it does crash pretty majorly. I mean, this was probably around peak waifu era, July 10th of last year. Probably the beginning of 2023, I think, would have been peak waifu era. But yeah, July 10th, $80.83, drops all the way down though and hits its low March 20, let's see, April 1st, $35.11. Goes back up a little bit, but ultimately trends downward, where it looks like it's going to stagnate now at around $36.98. Then the number 1 most expensive card to come out of Sword and Shield base set is the Snorlax VMAX Secret Rare or Rainbow Rare card. So yeah, we did just take a look at this. So this is the Snorlax card. I mean, if you were to ask me which one I would like, I mean, obviously both have their charms, right? Don't get me wrong, the Rainbow does look really nice, but if this one had just as much rarity as this one did, there's a very good chance that this one would be more sought after, right? This one would probably be more expensive, but it doesn't have as much rarity, so that is why the Rainbow, I think, is ahead of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some values here. We have July 17th, $30.32. which was the value for 1 year ago, kind of ranges around that $30 mark for a little bit, goes as low as $27.02 on March 11th. Then from there, it does jump up pretty dramatically, hits its high June 10th, $50.58, and its current value, which it looks like it's stagnating at, goes for $50.12. Now we're going to switch the conversation up to sealed products. So we have a Sword and Shield base set sleeve booster pack. I've personally never seen one of these in person because this was just before my time of getting back into the hobby. But these do look really slick. The sleeve booster packs for Sword and Shield base set, especially the Snorlax one, looks really, really cool. Let's take a look at some values. We'll quickly glaze over these. July 10th, we have a 1 year ago price of $6.70. Looks like it's high shortly thereafter, July 24th, $6.77. Its low appears to be here, April 29th, $6.01. And its current value, which looks like it is on its way down, is $6.27. Then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Sword and Shield 3-pack blister. This one is the Morpeko promo card. There's another one, but this one was just the more expensive one, so we picked this one. This obviously comes with 3 booster packs, a play coin, and then a holographic promo card. Let's take a look at some values. We have July 10th, 1 year ago, $32.42, which also happens to be its high. Drops down, hits its low February 5th, $29.61. And its current value, or the most recent sales data, is for April 22nd, and it had a value of $30.42. It does look like it's on its way up. Then up next, we have the Sword and Shield Build and Battle Box or pre-release kit. This comes with 4 packs, 1 pre-made deck, and 1 of 4 stamped promo cards. The promo cards are holographic, stamped with Sword and Shield. On the side of it, they do fetch a bit of a pretty penny. Let's look at some values. We have 1 year ago, $60.92. Its low is for quite some time. It ranges from September 11th all the way to December 11th of $50. And its current value is $52.75, although it doesn't seem like there's been too many sales for this product. Then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the ETB for the Sword and Shield base set. There's 2. There's the Zacian and Zamazenta themed ETBs. We picked the Zacian because it's a little more expensive. It comes with 8 booster packs. I don't know if this one comes with a promo card. I don't believe it does. It doesn't say here that it does, so yeah, it's just the 8 booster packs. Let's look at some values. We have 1 year ago, $64.61. That's July 10th. Its high is August 28th, $65.95. Its low is February 12th, $61.64. And its current value, which it's been at since May 6th, is $65.07. Now, the last sealed product we're going to take a look at is the Sword and Shield base set booster box. This is the creme de la creme when it comes to collecting a main set. Obviously, booster boxes tend to appreciate faster and appreciate more than other things in the set, right? So we have other sealed products, I should say. We have the booster box here. Let's look at some values. Again, comes with 36 packs. 1 year ago, $295.49, so very close to $300 USD. From there, ultimately trends downwards, hitting its low, $263.54 on March 25th. Goes back up and hits its stagnation, I would say, as of June 3rd, $294.24. And yeah, it looks like it is not going up or down since then, but again, just shy of $300. All right, so we took a look at the top 10 most valuable singles for the Sword and Shield base set. We looked at 5 different sealed products as well. We looked at all their data, their highs, their lows, where they were 1 year ago, where they're headed, etc. What can we come up with a conclusion for Sword and Shield base set? Well, Sword and Shield base set is getting older, and it is the base set, which I feel like, not in all scenarios, but a lot of times, base set does have a certain special place in people's heart, or a special kind of premium to it, because it is the first thing to kick off what was such an awesome series. Obviously, the hits aren't that amazing, right? You don't have alternate arts, alt art cards or trainer gallery cards, but you do have some nice rainbow rares. You have some nice full art trainer cards, etc. So, I mean, if you could find Sword and Shield for cheap, for sure it would be a great pickup. Otherwise, it's probably a good idea to maybe not break the bank with this one, but there are better ones to break the bank with, right? Like Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars, etc. The latter half of Sword and Shield. But if you could find some deals for maybe below market value, that's always a good option. I mean, as you can see here, even the lower end sealed products are doing not so bad, right? Like we have the Sword and Shield Sleeve Booster Pack, we have the Morpeko 3-pack blister, the Build and Battle Kit, which I think is just hard to find in general, but they're not doing so bad themselves. Like one piece of advice, I mean, I don't know, it's definitely not gonna be that worth it long term, but if you did want to hold on to some Sword and Shield, the Strong Bond tins from Walmart, they're all over Walmart. We've opened them up on this channel. Most of them have at least one Sword and Shield pack in them, or at least when I opened up a few of those did. So, you know, if you wanted to add some sealed to your collection, it's a loose booster pack. Otherwise, you know, it could be worth it to invest it if you want to, but I would probably rather put my money into other Sword and Shield sets. What do you think of Sword and Shield base set? I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Comment down below. That officially wraps up our series of talking about every single Sword and Shield set and its potential for investment. From here, we'll see if we continue with any kind of investing talk, or if we're going to move more towards collecting and what things would be really nice to add to a collection, looking at graded auctions, etc. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.